Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today we are having midweek Magic and we have Explorer. This time it's actually a very good time for this event. Explorer Anthology has been released. We got a ton of cards that came out with that series. I probably should do a look-see over all the different cards there, but right now for this event, this was actually a very good time to go back into looking at all the different Pioneer lists, see which ones you can port over, see how they do in Explorer, and found one that was actually very interesting. It uses it just takes in 4 commons and 4 uncommons from the Explorer Anthology. So if you don't feel like crafting, and you have a bunch of the older cards from Throne of Eldraine upwards, you should be able to build this deck more or less intact. So first of all, we'll take a quick look at the deck list. This one's courtesy of MTG decks.net, and this one was taken from apparently Hararuya in Japan are doing daily tournaments. So this was one of the decks that got first place. It's listed as mono green Stompy, but in reality it has a red splash here. So first of all, let's get the cards that are not available out of the way. So apparently we have the 4 Aspect of Hydra, not quite available, not available in Explorer right now. This would have been quite interesting. With the number of green pips here, this could easily be like a +4/+4 at the minimum for 1 green mana, and this would stymie most combat. It will not stymie direct removal, though it might stymie burn, so that is something to consider. Also, we don't have Rending Volley, so we're quickly substituting this one with Fry, but everything else is available. So we'll do a quick. So Domo Satoru won this one. Apparently this one, for my first initial impressions, that this is not exactly an easy deck to port. It's kind of reliant on getting. It's very reliant on getting your turn 1 mana creature to land into your turn 3, turn 4. Because this is where all the action is. Between Old Growth Troll, Garruk's Harbinger, Steel Leaf Champion, you can start running over your opponent quite quickly. Force them to have the answers or lose. Other than that, we have 3 Questing Beasts, very good anti-control tech. If you can get your opponent to tap out for the most part. We have the Ranger class and the Werewolf Pack Leader, both to refill our hand, and it allows some hands to be keepable if you don't have to turn 1 mana dork. As I said, we don't have the Aspect of Hydra, so I substituted that for 3 Primal Mites and 1 Inscription of Abundance. I could easily see substituting this for red-based removal. I just wanted to keep the green team on. The red is mostly just for Temur Battle Rage, which can win out of the blue. But it does have another interesting tech here. So we have a single copy of Vivian Arcbow Ranger. It does take a little bit of help to get a card from outside the game and put in your hand, but we have quite a few options. Scavenging Ooze, Outland Liberator as anti-artifact enchantment tech. Halana Alena, very good at making our stuff even bigger. And if ever you decide to play this best of 3, it's mostly the 4th Ooze. But Blossoming Defense is pretty much the way to win. Apparently they chose this over Snakeskin Veil. They're not too interested in the +1/+1 counter. They're just interested in ending the game, so that would make sense in a way. So that is pretty much the deck in a nutshell. Now, I did say that I did not exactly have an easy time playing this deck. It's easy. There is a lot of interaction in Explorer to make this deck work, but I did get a few wins, so we're gonna give this one a try. We'll see if we can validate them. Validate them or die trying. So this one is not really keepable. Our only actions on turn 3, so you're mulliganing very aggressively for the most part. This one is keepable. Turn 1 Mystic, Pack Leader, and Ranger class in case stuff dies. Otherwise, we have the Old Growth Troll. I might actually bin Ranger class in this case. Oh, we're actually the ones going first. So we are going to be taking some damage. Let's see. Nope, it's KFK, so no burn quite yet. We should be able to old growth troll. Well, we probably don't even have to burn ourselves quite right away. I'm tempted to just attack with Mystic, go pack leader, but let's go old growth troll. Let's see. Never mind, opponent concedes. That's red white. It's most okay. So apparently we would have creatures big enough. We don't exactly have the removal that's big enough in that hand, but well, that was a fast win. I'll take it. And then that's the episode. No, just kidding. We'll nice cast down. Just kidding. We will do a few more games here. I don't expect to have wins as easy as that one. In fact, I do expect quite a bit of disappointment. But that said, it is a good way to reuse all those rares that you haven't quite used. Okay, so we got the turn 1 Mystic. We can take a lot of damage and go old growth troll, but if our opponent is planning to kill this one right away, we may have to just pack leader. Hold on. Yep, portable hole. I do suspect a lot of control builds just have this right off the bat. We're gonna take a lot of damage. I am gonna play the ranger class instead of the pack leader. If our opponent's running portable hole, I would suspect that they'd have other ways out of this. That's a Doomscar. So we're gonna enter tap, just put a counter. Let's try not to take any more damage than we have to. If our opponent just Doomscars right away, I'm quite fine with that. Alternately, we can drop the old growth troll. I'm so tempted to drop the questing beast as well, even though it's probably gonna get countered. Let's save that. Let's just attack with the let's just attack with the wolf first. I am expecting removal. Yeah, it's probably it's a very good reason to have blossoming defense. I might even just move that to main board and put some of the other stuff I put on the sideboard. It might make better sense there. Okay, I'm tempted to now play the old growth troll because unless our opponent has an exile effect, we just kind of get it back. It helps us ramp our mana a bit, so we'll take. And if it eats a counter spell, we're most likely going to eat a. We're most likely going to eat a Doomscar here. Which makes sense. You already took the damage. There's no reason to actually counter this unless this is not a Doomscar. But opponent is looking. They do have. Could be a March of Otherworldly Light, which I'm curious if they would go for. They could just go for the token. It's cheap and easy. It is a good reason for me to go Werewolf Pack Leader instead of Old Growth Troll. I'd be surprised if our opponent decided to exile. No. Okay, now that's interesting. They went for. Well, I guess it makes sense because it does mean we're going to get a lot of. Okay, so let's assume our opponent Doomscars. That's the expected play. Let's just attach it there. Yeah, having this as a stomping ground is very important. Always important to remember that you need to have a forest. So Harbinger. Opponent's not playing black. Opponent is 1 mana away from getting another. Because I can just Questing Beast right now, force them. Yeah, let's just do Questing Beast right now. Opponent might have spot removal, which would be somewhat annoying, but let's see what our opponent has. They could also just drop a Tiff. Yeah, the reason to not drop this is if our opponent has it, because our opponent is clearly playing control. There's another Doomscar, so at least we get one more hit. I'm tempted to make. Let's see if our opponent does have a response to this. Because, yep, Dovin's Veto. Let's get that out of the way. So, yeah, we're forcing our opponent to have the Doomscar. So, they might have the... Yeah, keep the pressure up. And opponent concedes. Looks like they ran out. They actually ran out of removal. One thing I interestingly noticed is that this list does not have any manlands. Something to that's an interesting consideration. A few layers of the Hydra might not be such a bad idea, but we're gonna try to be as close to the list as possible. Oh yeah, that explains why I got gems. Okay. So, maybe I just ran into a string of bad luck. I am still expecting to run into the luck where, okay, you're about to lose the next few games. Okay, but we got Elvish Mystic into Harbinger. With Primal Might, pseudo removal, pseudo backup. One is playing Sparse Head. Oh, playing multiple colors. Okay, let's just cast Head Harbinger. Harbinger, not exactly as beefy compared to, say, Steel Leaf Champion or Bone Crusher Giant there. Or the Old Growth Troll. But it does play the important role of providing cards. So I'm tempted to take either the 2 pack leaders or the Steel Leaf Champion. I might just take Steel Leaf in this case. And we will play Steel Leaf. Because it means our opponent will be tempted to play the Bone Crusher Giant as a way to block the board. We do have Temur Battle Rage to mess things up. Oh, they're going Omnat. They get to draw a card, but we do get to swing. Oh wait, I think I can end this. And opponent concedes. I think they might be aware of this. They've probably figured out we have the Temur Battle Rage. But yeah, yeah, it turns out that if we're able to stymie an opponent that is relying on curving out, we might be able to win games with this. I'll take it. Maybe not that lag, but okay. I guess we're still going. Man, the games are going by fast. I might be able to submit this as a well. Let's not count our chickens let's not count our chickens before they hatch too soon. Aggro control matches would take quite a while. I'm surprised that that previous match went as well as it did. Okay, we have Harbinger into Champion. We're definitely keeping this. We are not on the play though, so that is a disadvantage. That said, we do have Ranger class pack leader in worst case scenario. Also, I would not be surprised if we get Thoughtseize and we lose the Elvish Mystic. But I think the correct thing to lose is the Garruk's Harbinger because our opponent might have red for removal, but if they don't, they they take out the Mystic. That's fine. No, that was actually kind of expected, so we now have to curve out like a normal human being. Opponent's going mono black here. Wishclaw Talisman. Okay, I'll be honest, I am trying to remember what the deck is. If it runs Wishclaw Talisman. Okay, there's an Oni Cold Anvil into a Witch's Oven. Okay. This is, I think the sacrifice deck, the Wishclaw is there to get certain cards. Unfortunately, yeah, unless we hit Vivian, we have no access to our artifact removal. So if Explorer is going to be full of decks like this, that is something to consider. So we'll swing first. I will play Garruk's Harbinger. Hexproof from black is a significant enough deal. It forces our opponent to use Voltage Surge. Also, opponent actually tapped out, so they were not. Oh, they can only activate during their own turn anyway. So another Oni Cult Anvil. Oh, there is a trick here. You can search for a card, sack it to the anvil. That's the combo. And so we probably are looking in the face of a Mayhem Devil at this point. We will at least get to draw a card. And we do have a Primal Might, so we can maybe snipe one token. Oh wait, no, the opponent actually let it go. They forgot to hold. Okay. I kind of don't need to give them this card, so... So our opponent could respond by sacking that. They could sack it in many ways, between the Witch's Oven and the Oni Cult Anvil. Yeah, they're just gonna do the Oni Cult Anvil sack, that's fine. I am gonna hold up Inscription of Abundance. Though I am tempted to... Okay, then they will just sack. This doesn't have trample, so that's why this one kind of works. But we are still getting in for damage, so I might as well. Yeah, we can't play Steel Leaf. But we can play the other werewolf pack. Opponent has one card that they tutored for. It's a Cauldron Familiar. Okay, so they have that sequence. But they do need to start sacrificing artifacts elsewhere. Okay, they sacrificed the food token. They will get 2 of these. We don't have the red for Temur Battle Rage. I can do ring. Actually, the best bet is just go Steel Leaf Champion. But we are going to swing with everything first. Another Battle Rage that we don't quite need. A Questing Beast that we can't quite cast. So I suspect everything will be spread out. Oh, they're still taking 3 damage, so that's actually fine. We will cast Steel Leaf Champion to start bypassing. They're actually... No, they will sacrifice the Cauldron Familiar. They will sack the Cauldron Familiar, get the food token. We are still getting in for 3, so we actually are still profiting more or less. Yeah, Dragon got bored. I think our opponent expected us to return the Wish Claw Talisman soon. No. But they did clearly make the mistake of not sacking that to the anvil. Now, the situation's kind of precarious until we can hit a red source. Alternately, we can just use Inscription to gain life if we don't need to remove something. Mask of Immolation. Oh, our opponent is going on the cheap route. So what we're probably going to do is we're going to beef up our life total with Inscription, actually. We should have quite a bit of time. And we know we're able to hit for... We can continue hitting our opponent with Steel Leaf Champion. So we actually have the faster clock than they do. Although they can drain us for quite a bit. I would have sacrificed the one that could not attack, but... Tomato. Also, no point sacrificing at that point. You already got your... You might as well hold just to see how many... You might as well have held. Okay, the red source should be an alert. I could also just cast Questing Beast, start really hitting through. But let's... Yeah, we're... Okay, another land and Vivian. We probably will end up casting Temur Battle Rage one way or another. Hold on. 714. I need to check what's more beneficial. Just pumping this, taking our opponent down to 2, or okay, opponent's actually going to try to take out the Harbinger. Oh man, we're going to draw too many cards. So we'll so double strike means that we are going to get through anyway. They might as well just sack these now. But we will have to pay attention to our life total, because I might have to actually just cast Inscription to gain life. 5 life is not a 5 life is still significant. Yep. Opponent can still sack this for a food token, but this does have trample now, so they might actually rather sack the Cauldron Familiar. There's the correct play. So yeah. May reveal or creature. We don't have a Garruk Planeswalker. Since what? Yeah, we'll decline this. Go to damage next. Oh, we could have actually won. But we'll play it safe. We'll take the Old Growth Troll. And yeah, we'll just end the turn. That's, yeah, it's a bit mean here to do it like this. We will discard. We'll discard the Ranger class. Yeah, we could have actually won. Matt was not. I did not expect our opponent to do all those sacrifices. Actually, I do expect them to actually. Okay, they're actually going for the familiar. That should net them quite a few. So they can go up to a certain amount of life, but we still have another Battle Rage. Yeah, turns out Steel Leaf. Opponent does need to have removal for the Steel Leaf Champion, otherwise they just literally fold. But they are gonna be super short on blockers at this point. I would not be surprised if they started sacking the Oni Cult and sacking the other artifacts at this point. They need to have bodies to block. Oh no. But they didn't even go for the creature removal. Okay. Yeah, this is pretty much game. This is pretty much game week. We really should have just ended this earlier. That's my mistake. But you know what? Yeah, if anything, it's a pretty important lesson. Remember to hold priority if you need to do something back to back. I'm going to be drawing too many cards here. Into another Harbinger, into another. I would not. Let's see how our opponent tries to survive. And we show. Yeah, they need to block all these. That's correct. We go to damage, because then they need to start sacking these to gain life. Oh yeah, it passes to me first. I'm the attacker, so they get another shot. And that's still lethal, so So they will make a food token. I'm gonna see if they eat the. They should just eat. Yeah, they're gonna just eat it. So, yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, sorry for the slow roll. But if I was not very good at math earlier, then yeah, I had to be played very carefully. Yeah, but definitely should have just gone for it. Put our opponent out of their misery. That was cruel and unusual and completely unnecessary. You know what? Let's do one more game. And then we can call this a video. Okay, maybe I take it back. I did just run into a string of. Okay, it's a combination of bad luck and not having the right sequence. Yeah, so you really have to mulligan very aggressively into those. So this one is keepable. Generally, turn 1 mana dork is keepable. Having the 2 drops is a good backup. But now we really want to make sure we hit our. We really want to make sure to hit our mana drop after this. I bet that's. Oh no, it's just a treasure map. Well, we didn't hit the mana drop, so we definitely have to play Garruk right away. His Harbinger. So at the very least, hexproof from black means it'll have to be mono white removal. It's still quite possible to. That is a problem. I'm streaming now. I will swing. I'll just cast the Steel Leaf Champion. I'm gonna eat the counter spell right now. Yeah, there's a Depose. So what? Oh, this is actually very interesting. Yeah. But yeah, we could expect a major board wipe at this point. So, but that's actually very interesting. Tap target. That is one. That is a non-black answer. Okay, they probably have another Perilous Voyage. They have a lot of it. If its mana value is 2 or less, they don't get the scry. But we do need to hit lands at some point. At least we're hitting a bunch of 2 drops, so we have that option. But we're now about to eat a board wipe. And it's not very good for us because of the Elvish. Yeah, there's a board wipe. Let's see if we can hit just in time. Maybe our opponent does have another board wipe, so maybe Old Growth Troll would have been a better drop. But yeah, that's Raven's Warning. I will still swing first. I could use Inscription to snipe the bird token. But our opponent willing to take this much damage means they do have something. In any case, we will swing first. We definitely want to start hitting more creatures. Perilous Voyage. We're gonna see what that last card is, but the plan is to snipe the token. They will still get the card from outside the game, so that might be a problem. I will say our opponent does have a lot of bounce. This is a very interesting build, if I may say so myself. But yeah, we might. Opponent is starting. Well, they can draw cards, so they're not quite flooding. So I'm actually going to play the Ranger classes. I could do 50-50 Ranger class Werewolf Pack Leader. Opponent will draw a card. They will most likely get a board wipe from outside the game. So yeah, this is cycling. This looks like an approach of the second Sun deck, but this is a very interesting build, if I may say so myself. But yeah, having our game slowed down for quite a bit, yeah, we're probably gonna... This is definitely gonna pick up approach. Yeah, the reason for all the incidental card draw and the incidental scry is specifically for that. And I Bolas' Citadel. That's also one way to hit your approach. But our opponent's just going to go for the Citadel into a Reservoir, into an Oath. So they actually gain a lot more life than they lose. We're actually hoping they break, but yeah, this is into another Citadel. But yeah, they're going to start gaining more life than they lose at this point. Hagra Mauling, yeah, they're gaining 6. Yeah. Yep. This is a very... Oh, and they got double Reservoir now? Nope, they're not breaking anytime soon. They are about to hit the 50. Yeah, we can call it. But I am going to... Yeah, but I'm going to concede this one because you already hit the life. You stop wasting people's time at that point. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. It's not... All in all, pleasantly surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised that with our opponent's deck, that was actually very interesting. I'm also pleasantly surprised that this deck pretty much worked out. So it's mono green aggro with a splash of red. So the air quotes on the mono green. But that's going to be it for this episode. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. I will put the link to the original Pioneer deck list on the description. Up to you guys to decide how to adjust without the aspect of Hydra. Maybe some of the sideboard cards could be mainboarded. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.